Hi again, everybody, and welcome back for the second game of this doubleheader. This day, once again, June 20th, 1962. The Mets with a day off after this, and then we have two doubleheaders against Houston, and then I think another day off after that. So we're into the heat of the summer. The dog days is what they would say. Now, they tell me that in the YouTube world, you're supposed to tell your audience why the thing you're going to show them matters. And in this case, it kind of is a life or death situation. We'll look at the standings. In the National League here, the Dodgers have a 5-game lead as they won. 5-game lead over us. They've lost 22, we've lost 23. Remember, they've played more games than we have. We have won 3 in a row, and we at least need to keep pace with them. So a win here would make it a 4.5-game lead. In the American League, well, we've seen this already. The Twins have lost 2 in a row. They have a 9-game lead now over the Indians. The Yankees are 14 back. They're trying to come back. As I've said before, it'd be a miracle if they made it. We'll go back to the action here, and here's Bruce Berenyi on the mound against Lou Johnson, and we're resting the same players. We have that same strange lineup that saw us the victory in the first game of this doubleheader. And so here comes Berenyi, who's pitched okay in his starts. There's a ball inside to Johnson. And there's a strike, 1-1. Tell you, that windup makes me feel like he's going to fall apart. There's another ball to Johnson, 2-1 the count. There's a ball low. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that Berenyi missed a lot of 85 because of an injury or surgery or something like that. There's ball 4 inside to Johnson. That'll bring up Joe Adcock. See, the Braves have done a good job of rotating their players in and out. They're not managing the way I am, which is put in your stars until they're tired. There's a ball low to Adcock, 1-0. And another ball inside, 2-0. Way outside. That's a called strike. They call that a strike. It's way outside. 2-1 the count. How is that a strike? Ground ball over to second, and the backman goes to Santana for 1, and that's all that we get. So there's 1 away. And here comes Matthews. And I swear that I thought that Tuffle was in there instead of backman, but I must have seen something wrong. Matthews comes up. We go back to double play depth. There's a fly ball over to right, and that is foul. 0-1 the count in Eddie. And there's a ball inside. It's 1-1. Low, 2-1 now. There's a fly ball deep to right field. Back goes Heap, and he has enough room. He's at the warning track when he makes that catch, and there's 2 away. Here comes Joe Torre. Little ground ball back to Bruce, and he throws to first for the out. Good luck for Bruce. And so Berenyi, not pitching all that well, gets out of that inning. Go to the bottom of the first inning. It's a no score, and here comes Danny Heap. Heap hitting now 299, 4 home runs. It's a foul ball over to the left side. This is going to be out of play. 0-1. Fouled away again. 0-2 the count. This is fouled over to the right. I kept saying in the first game this is the nightcap. It's not much of a nightcap necessarily. It was a continuous day-night doubleheader. I don't think OOTP knows the difference. This is hit over to center field, and there goes May. He goes back into an angle for that one, dives for it, and makes the catch for the out. 1 away. Hank Aaron has the day off, and here comes Wally Backman. There's a ball low to Wally, 1-0. And this is hit over to left. Is that going to fall in fair territory? No, it's Johnson who closes in on that one, has it for the out, 2 away, and up comes Keith Hernandez. Second in batting average, hitting .346 as he takes a strike. There's a ball inside. It's 1-1 on Keith. Outside, 2-1 the count. Fouled away, 2-2. Fouled away again, remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, swung a ball 3. And down goes Hernandez, and we go to the top of the second inning. No score. Here is Mac the Knife, Mac Jones, hitting .232. Hits a ground ball over to Hernandez. The first baseman fields it, goes to the bag, 1 away. Lee May up there now, takes a ball outside from Bruce. There's a foul ball, weak grounder off that 69-mile-an-hour curve. There's a low fastball, 2-1. They got to work on this animation because he's not throwing that fast. There's a ground ball over to Santana, and he throws to first. 2 away. Here comes Dennis Menke. I mean, Berenyi looks like he's swinging faster than Gooden was. Another ground ball over to Santana, who throws to first for the out. The Braves go down quietly. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and it'll be Gary Carter. Here comes Carter. He takes the ball low, 1-0. Carter with that big smile, and he takes a strike. It's 1-1. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone who didn't love Gary Carter. 2-1 the count on him. Swing and a miss is 2-2. One of the great men of baseball died at a young age. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. One away. But of course, when we play these games, life goes on forever. Here comes Ray Knight. Swing and a miss by Knight. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss again. 0-2 the count. There's a ball low. 1-2. Fouled away. 1-2 remains. Low. 2-2. Ooh, he just held up on that full count. And there's strike 3 called. The third strike was also a little bit low. I guess it was an inch higher maybe than the pitch before it. 2 away, and here comes Kevin Mitchell. So the Mets having a hard time hitting here in the second game. There's a slider away, and I've wondered if the Mets' woes that come and go aren't due to fatigue. This is fouled away by Mitchell. It's a 1-1 count. I'm good at rotation on Football Manager, but not so good in OOTP. Mitchell hits a line drive over to right field. That'll be a base hit for Kevin. And so now he's hitting a whopping 184. That'll bring up Santana with 2 away, and he's got to swing away. And there's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Hit over to left, and it's going to be out of play. 0-2, I'm sorry, is the count. Ground ball over to third. That'll be easily played there by Matthews. He throws over to second for the force out. And that brings us now to the top of the third inning. It's still no score. Here comes Amado Samuel. He tries to time that slider and hits a foul to the right side. 0-1. There's a ball inside. 1-1. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and there's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on that slider. 81 miles an hour on the slider, and it looked a lot like that fastball. 2-2. And that was another high curveball. Supposed to be 69. It also looks like it's coming in faster than that. And there's a fastball again. So they're trying to play that speed game here. And Samuel fouled that one off. 2-2. The count remains. And there's the fastball, 92. Swing and a miss by Samuel, and he goes down on strikes. 1 away, and here comes Cecil Butler, the pitcher. There's a ball low. Berenyi, by the way, and I didn't do this, I should have at the beginning. 1-2 is his record, and he's got now a 4.15 ERA. It's coming down. 1-1 the count now on Butler. And there's a strike at the knees. It's 1-2. And that pitch clips the outside corner. And there was no swing. So 2 strikeouts now for Bruce, and here comes Johnson. Remember, Bruce, last time he started, was striking out guys left and right. 24 strikeouts this season against the 16 walks. 2-0 the count now to Johnson as that misses inside. And there's a ball low, 3-0. He's all over the place as Bruce. There's a strike, 3-1. I don't know where these pitches are going. Swing and a miss. It's a full count. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So Berenyi gets the third strikeout. And we go now to the bottom of the third inning. It's no score. Here comes George Foster. Cecil Butler, I should have introduced, also 1-2 and has a 5.82 ERA. So close the windows and latch up the hatches because I don't know where these pitches are going. 1-1 the count as Foster fouls that away. There's a slider for a strike. It's 1-2. And that one misses inside. 2-2. Fouled away again by Foster, so it remains 2-2. And he does hit this one fair, and that's hit over to left, but it's playable for Johnson. He's got it 1 away. So here comes Berenyi. Got the little logo by him saying he's hot. He's been all over the place. If that's what hot is, I don't know what happens when he's cold. 2-0 the count. 3-0 high and inside. He'll take this one. He waggles the bat in front of the plate and then takes this for a strike. It's 3-1. This is fouled away, 3-2, so he got Butler mad at him. Full count. And that's a good pitch. Fastball hit away. Full count. And that is low, so Berenyi takes the walk. And he shoots a little grin over there to Butler as he goes down to first. That'll bring up Danny Heap. You think we should hit and run? Heap takes the strike, 0-1. 1 away. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. And that's hit foul to the right side. That's going to get out of play in a hurry. There's no play out there really for the right fielder who's out there, Jones. 0-2 still the count on Heap. There's a ball away, 1-2. And that's low, 2-2. You can tell that Butler is a little bit flustered with Berenyi kind of egging him on. 2-2 the pitch. And Heap swings and misses, and down he goes. And you see a little bit of a wry smile come there over Butler's lips. 2 away, and here comes Backman. There's a ball low and away, 1-0. That's fouled away now, 1-1. 2-1 as that misses inside. And that's in the zone, so 2-2. Inside, high and inside, full count now in Backman. There's ball 4. Berenyi was running on that one, by the way. Of course, there's the full count. But Bruce Berenyi's not exactly a track star. Here comes Keith Hernandez. And he takes a ball low, 1-0. And that's another ball low. Both of those pitches, I guess the second one was a little bit lower. That first one should have been a strike. 2-0 the count now to Hernandez. And there's ball 3, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So both runners will move up. And it's a 3-0 count now in Hernandez with Carter coming up after him. There's the automatic strike, 3-1. Ground ball over to third, and this is going to do it. It's a good play over there by Matthews. He throws over to Adcock. It is Adcock today, right? Where am I looking? Yep, it is. And that will do it for the Mets in the bottom of the third. Go to the top of the fourth inning, still no score. And here comes Joe Adcock. So I should have looked at the plate. Berenyi throws a strike, fastball. And there's a ball, 1-1 the count. Fouled away, it's 1-2. All three of those pitches in about the same spot. It's fouled away, still 1-2. It's a game of inches, but it's also a game of arbitrariness. That's outside, 2-2. And that's low, full count. Of course, no replay here. And that's low, ball 4. So Berenyi's now walked 2. I tell you, when he's pitching, you don't know what you're getting. You just better make sure you get behind some glass. There's a ball low, 1-0. And that's low again, 2-0. And it's low again, 3-0. And that's going to be fouled away. 3-1 the count. And there's ball 4. So Berenyi now has walked 3. Still nobody out top of the fourth. I tell you, when Bruce is on the mound, you don't really want to sit behind the plate because you don't know when that ball's going to come at you. 1-0 the count, and it's 1-1 now to Joe Torre. Torre just realized is hitting fourth, the catcher. There's a ball low, 2-1. This is hit over to center. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. Mitchell fields this and throws it in. And he hits the cutoff man. I think it was Berenyi, actually, that he hit. So it's a full... The bases are loaded, I'm sorry. And here's Mac Jones, who hits a foul to the left, 0-1. And there's a ball low. And another one low, 2-0 the count. And there's a ball way up and in. By the way, that was the first hit off of Berenyi. 3-1 the count. And this is popped up. Boy, Bruce very, very lucky that time. And it's going to be playable there for Backman. 1 away, and here comes Lee May. And we will go here to double play depth and hope and pray that we get the grounder. The ball low and into May. And there's ball 2. He's not going to swing at that, Bruce. There's a strike, 2-1. Ground ball to Backman. He goes to Santana for 1, but Santana didn't have a good grip on that ball, couldn't throw to first, and the run scores. So it's a fielder's choice that scores a run, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Braves. Here comes Dennis Menke. And he looks at a strike from Bruce, and there's a fastball low, 1-1. It's low again, 2-1 the count. There's a strike, it's 2-2. Fouled away, remains 2-2. Fouled away again. Popped up foul, that's out of play. 2-2 still to count. Ball 3 inside, so it's a full count. This is hit over to center. That's going to be rough for Mitchell. He runs in, and he's got it for the out. So the Braves only get 1, and Berenyi almost falling apart. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and this is going to be one that will make your hair go gray. Here comes Gary Carter, and he swings and misses the first pitch from Butler, 0-1. There's a ball low, 1-1 the count. There's a ball outside. Berenyi technically should be part of that generation K. He's a little bit older. There's another one outside, 3-1 now the count. But he strikes out a bunch of guys when he does, and there's ball 4 to Carter. He checks his swing. Third walk by Butler. But the problem I have are all the walks he's given up. Of course, Butler here now, as I just said, gives up his third. Here comes Ray Knight, and this game could change in a hurry, but Knight hits a ground ball over to short. And Samuel ends up throwing to Adcock instead of going to second. I'm not sure why, because he had Carter. Carter not a fast runner, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Nothing here in the play-by-play tells me much about that. Kind of hard to visualize. Here comes Mitchell with the tying run in scoring position, 1 away, bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss, it's 0-1. Hit deep to left. That's a fair ball down the line. And around comes Carter, and boy, not going to second on that play turns out to be really large, doesn't it? Kevin Mitchell with that double. And that ties it up at 1-1 the score, and here comes Santana. Second hit for the Mets. It's been a dead ball era game. There's a strike to Rafael, and another one, fat fork ball for a strike. 0-2. He takes that for a ball, 1-2 the count. As bunted foul there by Santana, and he tried to catch the defense napping, and it didn't work, so he strikes out 2 away, and here comes George Foster. He could use another home run, George. Instead, he hits a little fly ball over the center. It's going to be May making that catch for the out, no problem at all. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's still a 1-1 game. Now a 1-1 game, I should say. Here comes Samuel. I guess we could say it's still tied. There's a ball low. Berenyi's walked 3, but it feels like he's walked everyone. There's a ground ball to third, and 9 fields that, throws to first in time for the out, 1 away. Here now is Butler. Pitcher hits a foul ball to the right, 0-1. Only 1 hit given up by Bruce. Fouled away, it's 0-2. He could get that control under control, he'd be fine. And boy, where was that pitch? That was a curveball that was high. Butler swings and misses at that one. So that's strikeout number 4 for Bruce. Here now is Lou Johnson. Base is empty, and there's a curve, I think, way outside, 1-0. Fastball fouled away, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And that's a fastball low, 2-2 the count. Blasted to center. Mitchell's going back, and that's over his head. He throws in, hits the cutoff man. That's a double there for Johnson. And that'll bring up Joe Adcock. So another one of those plays where I think Dykstra catches it, but not Mitchell. Adcock fouls 1 away, 0-1. There's a ball low, 1-1. Blasted over to left. That's going to land foul, 1-2. Low, 2-2. So foul to the right, remains 2-2. Little ground ball over to Knight, fields this, throws over to first for the out. And so Bruce gets out of that inning again. We go now to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's a 1-1 tie. Here comes Bruce Berenyi, the pitcher, and it's good luck Bruce, and he takes the ball inside. Berenyi walked his last time up. There's another ball inside, 2-0 the count, hitting 125, not exactly a fearsome hitter. There's a strike, 2-1. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. Swing and a miss on that one. He chased a ball that was inside, so it's a strikeout. Butler with his 6th, 1 away, and here comes Danny Heap. Heap hits this one off the end of the bat over to center. May has it, 2 away, and here comes Wally Backman. There's a strike right over the heart of the plate. Swing and a foul by Wally. It's 0-2. That's a ball low. 1-2. Backman hitting 272. He's been hitting almost exclusively against righties. I think I started him once against lefties just to rub it into your faces. 1-2 the count. And this is a little ground ball over to short. It's going to be Samuel who fields that, throws on to first for the out. And now we go to the top of the 6th inning. I'll tell you, this has been a good ball game. 1-1 the score. Not much hitting. Berenyi back out there, throws a strike to Matthews, 0-1. And there's a ball low, 1-1 the count. We got to watch that pitch count. Remember, OOTP, like so many others, is a game of pitch counts. Whether that's the right thing to do or not is another question. I'm not so convinced by it. 1-2 now the count on Matthews. And there's a ball high, 2-2. That's outside. Full count now on Eddie. He's going to lose him. Oh, there's a strike at the knees. What a gutsy pitch. Fastball 92. So 1 away, and here comes Joe Torre. There's a ball high to Torre, 1-0. And there's a ground ball foul. It's 1-1. There's a ball low, 2-1 the count. Fastball's high, 3-1. And that's low. So Torre gets the walk, and that'll bring up Mac Jones. Go here to double play depth with only 1 out. There's 4 walks now for Bruce against 5 strikeouts, and there's a ball inside to Jones. There's another ball outside, 2-0. It's high, 3-0. How long are we going to stay with him? And this one misses again. So the 5th walk given up by Berenyi, and he's in that danger zone. Looking at this, so we have May coming up, and then Menke and Samuel. May the lefty, and I'm trying to think, what do we want to do here? So I think we will do what I think we're going to do. We're going to go to the bullpen, and we'll bring in Randy Neiman. That's going to be it for the Bruce Berenyi experiment. He actually pitched quite well, only giving up 1 hit, but this is a really important game for us, and I don't want to risk too much. So Randy Neiman comes in, throws the ball low. 1-2 is his record, but a 1.80 ERA, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks. Swing and a miss by McMillan, 1-1. And there's another strike, 1-2. McMillan, by the way, the pinch hitter. And that's what we wanted to see happen. There's a ball away, 2-2. Bring in the lefty to go with the righty, and there's a swing and a miss by McMillan, and there's 2 away. And he will now face Frank Bowling, another pinch hitter. So the Braves pulling out the pinch hitters here in the top of the 6th. There's a strike at the knees to Bowling, and a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. There's a ball inside, 1-2. That's low, 2-2 with that slider. Just fouled away. And that's hit over to right field. That's going to fall. That falls there in front of the right fielder. The throw goes to home, and it's not in time. So Foster, of course, not with a great arm, and now it's a 2-1 lead for the Braves. Here comes Samuel. He'll take a slider at the knees, 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. There's a ball inside, 1-2. And he went around that time. So Neiman strikes out 2, I believe. But he gives up the run on that base hit that lands in front of Foster. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes Keith Hernandez, and the Mets need to get something going here. There's a line drive up the middle, only the 3rd hit of the game for the Mets, and of course it's Keith who does it. If you look at the play-by-play, there was a bouncing ball to him, and the hop went over his head. That's a little bit extreme, I think. I prefer to believe that it kind of went through him. Here comes Gary Carter with a runner on at first. Blasts this over to the left side, but foul. 0-1. That was one of those real big curveballs, and he hit that over to the left side. Matthews tried to feel it, and he ended up booting it. That was a could-have, definitely. That could have been a double play, and now there are runners on first and second for the Mets, and here comes Ray Knight. Knight's 0 for 2 today. He was, I think, 3 for 4 in the first game of this doubleheader. So Knight up there in a clutch situation, hits this over the third base line. That's in there for a base hit, and Knight's going to get a double out of this, and that scores a run, and the Mets have tied it up just like that, 2-2 the score. So that was hit right over the bag. Matthews couldn't get there in time, and Johnson, by the time he got that, had Knight already at second. Here comes Kevin Mitchell, and first base is open, and I wonder if they're going to pitch to him. There is a fastball, so they will. Strike 1. The ball inside, 1-1. Another one low and inside, 2-1 the count. That's high, it's 3-1. And there's a called strike. It's a full count now on Mitchell. Hits this over to left, that's going to hold up. Johnson makes the catch, and he throws that one in quickly, so nobody can advance. There's one away, and here comes Santana. It'll be Santana, then Foster. And there's a ball low to Santana. Carter on a third, I don't think that we want to try to bunt. There's a ball outside, 2-0 the count. Hits this deep to center, that's going to score the run. That's caught out there by Howie Bedell, who's playing out there now. Here comes Carter, he tags up, and he's going for the plate. And he is thrown out. What a throw by Bedell. But Carter thrown out at the plate. I thought for sure that was deep enough to score him, but he's not quite fast enough for that. We go now to the top of the 7th inning. And it's a 2-2 ball game. Here comes Gus Bell. Randy Neiman, I think, will stay out there for the time being. He'll be hitting the next inning. Bell hits one over to left. That'll be easily playable there for Heap. One away. Here's now Lou Johnson. We're hoping that the Braves continue to bring in pinch hitters. Johnson takes the ball outside, and then that slider misses 2-0. So Bell was another pinch hitter. There's a ground ball over to third, and Knight throws to first. There's 2 away. Here comes Joe Adcock. This is hit over to the right side and foul. 0-1 the count now on Adcock. There's a ball away, 1-1. That's low, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. Just fouled away, remains 2-2. That's hit through the hole on the right side for a base hit. And Backman ranged way over there but couldn't go quite that far, and that'll bring up Eddie Matthews now. Matthews fouls one away, 0-1, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. There's a slider inside, 1-1. It's hit over to right, and it'll be out of play. 1-2 the count. It's a fastball, I think, no slider inside, 2-2. That's fouled away, remains 2-2. Low, full count. It's going to be hit over to right field, and that'll be playable there for, who is it, Foster. And so we will go now to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's a 2-2 tie, and here comes George Foster. Hitting 172. Remember, he had that home run last time up, and he fouls the first pitch away. This is going to be Don Notabar coming in. We've seen a lot of him. He has he's thrown 11 2/3. 1-0 is his record with a 1.54 ERA. I know we'll get this right. So 0-1 the count now on Foster, and he takes the ball outside, 1-1. Little ground ball over to third. Matthews will field that. Foster so slow going down the line, 1 away. And here comes Neiman, and this is what I told you we were going to do. So we go here to the bench, and what do we want to do here? I think what we do is we'll put in one of the tired guys. So we'll put Strawberry in there, and we'll let him have a time at bat to pinch hit. See if he does something big, and he takes a strike for a slider for a strike, 0-1. There's the ball low, 1-1 the count. And it's outside, 2-1. As blasted to left, but not quite deep enough. Johnson gets back there to the warning track and makes the catch, 2 away. Here comes Danny Heap. There's a ball up and in on Heap, 1-0. Fouled away, it's 1-1. Hit over deep to left, but that will be foul. 1-2 is the count. Boy, and that hits him. That nailed Heap. Nobody does a hit by pitch like OOTP. You feel like that's going to hit you, and the camera's staggering and all that stuff. Interesting stuff. That'll bring up Wally Backman with a runner on at first, and they throw to first. We're not going to steal with Heap, I think. There's a sinker away, 1-0. That's low, 2-0. And that's ball 3, just held up on that. There's a strike, 3-1 the count to Backman, and that's high for ball 4. So another walk, and Notabart having a little bit of a hard time with his control all of a sudden. That brings up Keith Hernandez. Hernandez is driven in 58, and he takes the ball, 1-0. There's a knee-high strike, 1-1. That's low, 2-1. Hit over to left, that's going to fall in there for a base hit. And here comes Danny Heap around. Maybe he'll be able to score. Here comes Johnson's throw, and is not going to be in time. So that's RBI number 59 for Hernandez. It's a 3-2 lead, and Hernandez claps his hands down there at first base. Here comes Gary Carter with 2 outs and runners on at first and second. Now, if Gary can hit one out, that would really turn this one around. There's a slider called for a strike, a high slider. How come you didn't swing at that, Gary? There's a ball low, 1-1. It's a changeup outside, 2-1. A little ground ball over to short. That's going to be easily played by the shortstop. That is, I think, Samuel, right? Take a look here really quick. Yes, and he flips over to the second baseman bowling for the out. We are going to go to the bullpen here first, and I think we're going to put in McDowell right now, and it's always a little suspicious and sketchy when we have to put in Roger McDowell. So it's going to be McDowell coming into this ball game here in the top of the 8th. The Mets with a 3-2 lead, and McDowell will face Joe Torre first. There's a strike slider, 0-1. And that's hit through the right side for a base hit. So McDowell gives up a base hit right away, and that brings up Hank Aaron as a pinch hitter, a right-handed pitch hitter. Will go into double play depth, and this is kind of what we wanted them to do, make them use up their whole bench. There's a ball low, top of the 8th inning, 3-2. Fly ball over to right, and that's going to fall in front of Foster for a base hit. Torre had to hold up on that, and so there's runners on first and second now for Howie Bedell. And so we go back to double play depth. There's a strike to Bedell, 0-1. This is bunted foul, 0-2. Hit over to center, and that'll be playable for Mitchell. He makes the catch for the out, 1 away. It brings up Frank Bowling, the second baseman. And so we'll go back to double play depth. There's a ball, 1-0. Another one outside, but that's a strike. 1-1 the count. Interesting call. Fly ball over there, out of play, right side. Foster's running after it, but it's out of his reach. 1-2. That pitch just low. 2-2. Blasted over there to center, but Mitchell has it for the out. The tagging over at second is Torre. He'll reach third base easily, and he's a potential tying run. And here's Samuel, 2 away, top of the 8th. 3-2 Mets. There's a ball low and inside, and that's fouled away. 1-1 the count. And that's lined over to second, and Backman pulls that one down before it hits the ground. And so we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 3-2 lead for the Mets, and oh, what a precarious lead this is. Here's Ray Knight. He had a run-scoring double before, and he hits a ground ball over to third. Matthews throws to first. There's one away. Kevin Mitchell now comes up there, hitting 191. 2 for 3, though, today, and this is hit over to the gap in left center field for a base hit. That's going to be a double easily for Mitchell. So Mitchell keeps that slugging percentage up. Easy stand-up double for him, and with one away, that'll bring up Santana. Santana, Foster, and then maybe McDowell. There's a ball inside to Santana, 1-0. 2-0 as that was inside with the changeup. Swing and a miss, 2-1. And that's hit over to left. It's a good play by Johnson, and Mitchell had to go diving back into second when he saw that was going to be caught. 2 away, and here comes Foster. George is hitting 169. Barely fouls that away at the play at 0-1. This is lifted over to left. That's going to be easily playable for Johnson for the out. And so now we go to the top of the 9th inning. Roger McDowell looking for maybe a 2-inning save, and we have him on a tight leash. There's a ball inside to Tommy Aaron, 1-0. It's another pinch hitter. A swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2 with that slider. And just fouled away, 1-2. I had to look at the play-by-play to see if that was fouled. And there's the swing and a miss. Down he goes. 1 away. Here comes Lou Johnson. McDowell, by the way, ERA has gone down to 3.78. He's 1-1. Has walked 11, struck out 6. That's the reason why I worry. There's a little ground ball over to Santana. He throws to first, and there's 2 away. The Mets need 1 more. This has been a tight one, I'll tell you that. Here comes Joe Adcock. There's a strike in the knees. He didn't swing. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. We're 1 strike away. Outside, 1-2. And inside, 2-2 the count. Hit foul to the right. It's still 2-2. Ball 3, and how did that one miss? That was close. Full count now in Adcock. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. And I think that McDowell struck out the side there in the 9th, if that was right. It's all academic at this point. The Mets win this ball game by a 3-2 score. This was a close one, and so we win 2 in a row with the B team. Headlined by George Foster, who is hitting lower than my weight. I'll tell you that. He's hitting about 160. So the Mets win this one. This is going to be helpful for us as we try to climb back up again the National League. And we'll see. I think we're going to be about 4.5 games behind the Dodgers. We'll see if we can win these 4 games we have coming up against Houston. Winning a couple series here and there would be nice, and we're still in the thick of things. It's not as bad as it was looking for a while, and I hope you enjoyed this one. This is going to be a lot of fun, and this is going to come down to the wire. I've got a feeling about that. We'll see you again tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.